we are going to make a Terminator skull planter. We're going to cut the top off. We're going to put some LED lights in the little eyeballs to make them light up red. And we are going to paint it so that it looks chrome like one of the Terminators. And then I'm going to put a plant in there. So, you know, out of the destruction, life. I don't know. You think of any meaning you like behind that. But that's what I'm going with. Also, I just thought of this one day and then thought it would be incredibly fun and amusing to make a Terminator skull planter. So I think I need to decide how much of the top I want to cut off and then mark that. Now we need a hacksaw and something to hold this still. Oh my God. I don't know if this is going to be big enough to hold this. Some protection. Let us make the incision. No.
Dremel with a routing bit would be good. I got a narrow one.
Oh, a Dremel. We're busting out the power tools now. Oh, that's fun. That's melted plastic. There we go. I feel like an orthopedic surgeon. Well, no wonder that back pit was harder to get through. There's all this like glob of plastic from where it was formed. I mean, this would also be a really fun candy dish too. You don't have to make it into a planter. It could just be a candy dish. So now, because I want to put LEDs in through the eye holes, I need to also cut those pieces out or put little holes there. So I'm going to check my LEDs and that and just see what size I need of hole. And it's probably not too big. Just before I paint, because we want it all kind of ready to go. And then we'll sand this down, do some finishing around the edges and clean her up, and then it's painting time. Trying to remember more to show what to the camera what I'm doing, because sometimes I forget to do that. Okay, so we need to widen that out a little bit. So we're going to change our little friendly drill bit. More! Give me more! And now we prime. Now for the gloss black. So I may have messed up a little bit. This is reflective spray. It is this. Someone, I'm not going to name names, thought it was a chrome spray. It is not. So it has left sort of this rough texture, slightly rough texture on here. And while reflective, if you have a flash or car lights coming towards you, it is not chrome. So I bought something else. Metallic spray. And this metallic spray. I don't even know why I bought two, but I did. I had both of them in my hand at the store, and I got to the car and then was like, this is the one I need. Why did I even buy this? This one clearly is the one I need. So I feel like some of the steps that I took were not necessary. We had felt like if we painted it black and then used the one chrome spray, it would have this nice silver sort of chrome look, but it's a reflective spray and not a chrome spray. So I'm going to see if I can maybe sand off some of the roughness a little bit, if I can. Otherwise, I'm just going to spray it with this. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Oh, it's just going to take off. I think we just found out what we needed. Because the reflective spray is creating this texture on this, I'm going to try to remove it. I could try sanding it. One other of my options is to use rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to try just a little bit of rubbing alcohol and see if it'll remove the paint from this piece, just the jaw, before I move on to the skull. Otherwise, it's not looking the way I want. Stuff happens. Okay, so I have sanded this down as much as I can kind of get it without it taking hours or days. So I've sanded it down. I'm going to try just repriming it. Start with a clean slate and then go from there. Wish me luck. All is fun and games with crafting until it's not fun and games. Unfortunately, the primer, after applying it, looks like it's bubbling up in some areas. That's not good. And I'm pretty certain that this skull that I was working on isn't gonna turn out. But it's not like I don't have another one lying around. Alas, poor York. I don't know why I'm hesitating to do this, except for the fact that I really like this black skull I made, and now I will have to buy more skulls so I can paint them black and other colors. Yeah, I think we might say set the other one aside for now and get to chopping on our backup skull. All right. We've cut poor York's head off. At least the top of his skull, I should say. Time to paint. Here goes nothing.
Topical.
At this point, I started wiring up the LEDs for the eyes. I consulted an electronics engineer for this part. If you don't have one on hand, I suggest marrying one so you always have access to one for moments like these.
Nice. I like it.
I hot glued the LEDs for the eyes so they stay in place. I glued the battery pack to the flat part of the skull. It might not have been the best choice, but it was my choice. I made a divider to sit between the wiring and the opening of the planter to protect the wiring. I tried foam board, but ended up using some plastic sheets I had lying around. Then I glued the barrier in place. Trying to figure out these little bits here. I used some Lego to make the jaw actuators, the little jaw bits. I borrowed some Lego from my son. He was hesitant to let me borrow them. I suspect he knew I was not borrowing them. At some point during all of this, I realized the Terminator has human teeth. Gross. So I painted the skull's teeth 2 coats of white. I tried a yellow wash, but ended up doing a coat of yellow and then another coat of white to get that lovely stained teeth look. Why do Terminators have such terrible teeth hygiene? Are they eating their enemies? Thanks, intrusive thoughts. I also tried to paint the eyes to have some of the same detailing that the Terminators have around their eyes, where the eyes move. Their eyeballs, I guess you would say. I tried to glue the actuators on with Gorilla Glue and then some beacon glue, but hot glue was the winner for this. I also ended up gluing the jaw shut to help keep everything in place, because it kept popping open on me. And then the glue would just pull apart around where the actuators were, so I fixed that problem. Then I touched up the glue with some silver paint, hoping it would help to blend it in, hide the glue a little bit. Yes, that is a fake plant, because I plan on keeping this in the basement. If you make one, I would really recommend to maybe you only use this as an overpot. Water and electronics do not mix. I hope you like this build. I am honestly shocked at how great it looks. I especially love the little tuft of hair that sticks out of the top of the skull from the plant. But if I ever come across a brain cactus, I will definitely be putting it in this planter. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Pam, and this is Total Pamarchy, the completely human craft channel with a little anarchy. Until next time, I'll be back.